I am Jerry Brainum, once again here for the Generation Iron Fitness Network to answer submitted questions in this video format. And before I start, I'd like to make a request. I list the web address of my Applied Metabolics newsletter, which is a monthly newsletter that I write, 40 to 50 pages every month of solid evidence-based information on nutrition, supplements, exercise science, fat loss research, anti-aging research, and other topics. There is an email address associated with it, and I've been getting unsolicited questions from people that are not subscribers. I just want to say that that web address is only for subscribers to my newsletter. I do not have the time to answer unsolicited questions. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be mean about it. I'm going to have to delete these unsolicited questions. If you're not a subscriber, please do not send me questions. I'm just not going to be able to answer them. Just don't have the time. But let's get to today's question. Today's question is, hello, Jerry. That's me. Anyway, are branched chain amino acids worth taking during a workout? Is there real scientific evidence that they help build or maintain muscle? Would it be better to consume a whole protein drink instead? I do have a whey protein drink after my workout. I just wonder if branched chain amino acids are overrated. Thanks, Iron Heaver. Okay, this is a good question, and it's a common question. Let's take it one step at a time. As far as the question of, is there scientific evidence that they build muscle? Definitely, unquestionably. Branched chain amino acids are often referred to as the muscle amino acids. Whereas most ingested amino acids are largely metabolized in the liver, branched chain amino acids are metabolized in the muscle. They do a lot of great things in muscle. They're the most anabolic of all. The specific branched chain amino acids are leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Of the three, leucine is the key of all amino acids when it comes to muscle protein synthesis. The reasons why are a little complex, but it has to do with this stuff called mammalian target of rapamycin, or mTOR. Leucine is a direct stimulant for this particular protein. Once this protein is activated, it leads to a cascade of signaling factors that results in muscle protein synthesis and increased muscle protein hypertrophy or size gains. So there's no question that branched chain amino acids, in fact, they're about 35% or 1/3 of all the amino acids found in muscle are branched chain amino acids. So they accumulate in muscle. And an interesting thing about branched chain amino acids is that when you might have heard that sometimes, for example, if you do too many aerobics, if you don't ingest enough protein, or if you overtrain, your body starts to catabolize its own protein. Well, the particular amino acids that are broken down are actually the branched chain amino acids. They're the ones that are broken down first and catabolized and converted into glucose in the liver in a process called gluconeogenesis. So theoretically, if we take this, there have been studies to check this out, and they've shown that branched chain amino acids do have a muscle-sparing action, particularly under certain conditions. For example, if you're already low in body fat, let's say you're preparing for a contest, and you're on low carbs, low calories, and you're already low in body fat, if you do aerobics, there's a very good chance, if you do extensive aerobics, like some people do it twice a day, there's a good chance you're going to burn up some muscle. However, if you take about 5 grams of branched chain amino acids before you go to work out, the branched chain amino acids will be sacrificed or kind of burnt up instead of your muscle amino acids. Therefore, it acts as a sparing action. Now, this raises the question, what if you're not in that condition? What if you're not dieting? What if you're not low in body fat? Is it worth taking branched chain amino acids? There was a theory a couple of years ago related more to endurance athletes. It's a little complicated, takes a long time to explain. It had to do with the fact that when you exercise, the amino acid tryptophan has greater entry into the brain, where it's converted into a neurotransmitter called serotonin. Serotonin is great for relaxing and going to sleep, but that's not what you want when you're exercising. So it turns out that branched chain amino acids compete with tryptophan for uptake into the brain. The thought was that branched chain amino acids would block the excessive entry of tryptophan into the brain, therefore would decrease fatigue that sets in around the middle of the workout. In reality, this particular scenario is more relevant to endurance runners or people who engage in exercise for 2 hours or more. So I just threw that in just for completeness. You don't even have to think about that. But let's get to the other thing. About 40% glucose that is produced during exercise. Let's say if your workout does go over 2 hours, that comes from the breakdown of branched chain amino acids. 40% of the glucose that's produced, right? Now, let's take the second part of the question, and this is a really relevant part, and this is the part I want to emphasize. Do most people need a branched chain amino acid supplement? If you go on the various YouTube videos or the various blogs and science sites that you see on the internet, you'll see a lot of these people recommending branched chain amino. Be quiet, Chip. A lot of people will recommend branched chain amino acid supplements, and they point out some of the beneficial effects I just described, which is all true. However, a lot of these people are selling branched chain amino acids. They have an axe to grind. They have ulterior motives. So they're not really giving you the full story. The truth of the matter is, and here, this is the part to underline and put an emphasis, all animal protein foods, eggs, meat, cheese, fish, chicken, turkey, they're all loaded with branched chain amino acids. There's more branched chain amino acids in one egg than there is in about maybe 5 capsules of branched chain amino acid supplements, and the one egg is a lot cheaper. Now, this is particularly relevant if you use a whey protein supplement, because a whey protein supplement contains 26% branched chain amino acids. So, in fact, every serving of whey gives you the required amount of leucine that's optimal for muscle growth, which is about 2.5 grams. So you don't even have to take extra leucine. Whey is so high. This is one of the features of whey. This is what makes it a great protein, because it is so high in essential amino acids and branched chain. You don't need branched chain amino acids if you're taking whey protein. You don't need branched chain amino acids if you're eating a high protein diet. It's completely superfluous. It's not going to hurt you. It's a waste of money. Even soy protein is 18% branched chain amino acids. I mean, it's like it doesn't make any sense. But again, if you're dieting strictly, if you have most of your fat off, and you want to use branched chain amino acids as a muscle sparing effect. For example, let's say you can't or don't want to ingest whey protein, then it might be a good idea to take branched chain amino acids separately. The other possibility is some studies show that branched chain amino acids seem to prevent excessive muscular soreness that ensues after a very high intensity workout. A couple of studies have shown, for example, a hard squat workout, they gave branched chain amino acids to bodybuilders, about 5 grams, and it showed that the group that took a placebo had very sore muscles. The group that took the branched chain amino acids had much decreased levels of muscle soreness, and also decreased levels of blood indicators of muscle breakdown, such as creatine kinase. So in those rare examples or situations, branched chain amino acids might be of use, but generally speaking, to avoid confusion, if you're eating a high protein diet, if you're ingesting a whey protein at least once or twice a day, you don't need branched chain amino acids. You just don't need them. If you want extensive information on leucine, you keep up with the latest research, anything new on branched chain amino acids, it all will appear in my Applied Metabolics newsletter. Very simple to read, non-technical. I explain everything. As I said, it covers exercise science, nutrition, supplements, fat loss, anti-aging, hormonal therapy. You name it, I got it. 40, 50 pages every month. Take care. Have a good day. Bye. Jerry, can excessive ejaculation adversely or positively affect your natural testosterone levels? From Jack Me Off. Okay, Jack, to answer your question, short-term abstinence from ejaculations does slightly increase testosterone levels. However, long-term abstinence can reduce